This damn thing is squeaking. Bushes is squeaking. Most probably because of water ingress or whatever the reason. About freezers. Do we leave it on? Do we leave it off during storage? A wheel spanner to make sure that your wheel nuts is How fast. Is it possible that I can have that door fully open with this awning? For the water tanks, do you leave the water tank empty, full of water? How do you disinfect? That new pants that you have bought just before the holiday will be full of grease before your first beer. Good morning again here from Middelburg in Mpumalanga, South Africa. This morning is the day that I have to get this caravan out and hook it up. So I'm going to talk about preparation, but also about maintenance. Maintenance of your caravan, of your vehicle, tow vehicle. And I hope you will find this video interesting, at least. I received a lot of comments on my previous video about safety and security. Thank you very much. Well, as you can see, my caravan is parked inside one of my garages here at home. That's a 2.4 meter height and it's a 2.35 meter width, and the caravan is fitting inside. And of course this garage is a 7 meter long, but you don't need a 7 meter long. Let me show you. It's in line here with the roller door, and at the back is about a 1.5 meter gap. But that gap is for that yellow machine. Something else I want to show you. While I'm storing the caravan, I never put it up against the rubbers. Can you see that? Let me show you this door. If you turn it, then only it will pull up. So I'm saving the rubbers. And that's all the doors. Of course, you can't do that if your caravan is parked outside. It's a few minutes later. And as you can see, the caravan is outside. The preparation of the caravan and the 4x4, the vehicle, the towing vehicle. Let me show you again. I don't put any of the rubbers under strain, so none of these locks is closed. Let me show you, this cabin's here at the back. Let me show you here from the back side. Look here, if I push it, it goes in. Can you see it? This is to save the rubbers. Then that will ensure dust-free environment inside. Some of my Conquorer fellow mates will now first recognize, how is it possible that I can have that door fully open with this awning? Let me show you. See this bracket on hinges? So when you hinge it out, then the awning is resting on top of the hinge and not on the door, and then the door is free to move. When I travel and the door is closed, I then put that hinge back. But about modifications later, just for those that has noticed this left-hand side door. Right, here's the next discussion point. And the next question, no, not from Mr. Atlas, from you, my friends. Let me show you. I'm busy now filling my water tanks. And when I do that, I use one tablet of Milton. There you can see. Only one tablet in the water tank. Now the questions that I'm going to receive from you is valid. Why do I fill it up now? I have 500 kilometers of pulling tomorrow, pulling extra weight, 170, 180 kilograms. Why not filling it up at the spot? Let me answer it this way. This specific model of Caravan is very, very heavy at the nose. Wait, before I do that, let me go and close the front valve so that all the air is out. There you can see it's running. Right, let me first close this one. Not easy to get, but not too much of a problem. As I was saying, this is a Caravan with a lot of mass, weight on the tow hook. And this Caravan's, let me show you, water tanks is fitted here at the back, behind the wheels. So with weight here, it balances the weight in front. That's what I believe. You might have some other experience. Caravanning is depends on your preferred way, your experience. If we talk about freezers, do we leave it on? Do we leave it off during storage? Some storage is a week before you travel again. Some storage is months. Same for the water tanks. Do you leave the water tank empty, full of water? How do you disinfect? A lot of questions. Personally, my freezer is switched off and the doors is open. Both of the doors is open after cleaning, of course. The water tanks is stored empty with the water cap open or removed. All the valves is open for breathing. Haven't been a long time. It's 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks since we camped last time. So I'm pretty sure filling up this tanks today with 1 tablet of home water after carbon filtration. I know it's fresh water. I know it's fresh for human consumption. Filling it up on the road, be careful. That's it. The tank is full. As you can see, there was a little bit of spillage. Important, do not lose this cap. It is difficult to get a replacement, and it's not a standard nowhere. Don't lose it. Don't lose that cap, and I've said it now 3 times. Now that the tank is full, I'm not sure is it 160, 170 or 180 liters. What I do then is I will open this valve. First is to get rid of the air through the pump, and then secondly to rinse any stagnant water in the pipelines. Well, that looks good so far. That is the hot water, and this is the cold water. You will notice now that the cold water pressure and flow is much lower than the hot water. And the reason for that is, if you can remember in the previous video, I talked about this filtration system, the filtration unit I've installed. And that's the reason why the cold water here at the kitchen, and it's only the filtration system is only connected to the kitchen, cold water. If we run out of potable drinking water, we can drink that water with ease, because I have a micron filter, bacterial filter, a lot of filters installed. What other maintenance did I perform? Let me open this backside, and this is very important. Can you see it? A wheel spanner, to make sure that your wheel nuts is fastened. Okay, you can even extend this handle Yes, I know, wheel nuts is supposed to have a certain torque. Well, not all of us has got torque wrenches at home. Make sure it's fastened. Lubrication. In the previous video I talked about lubrication. Can you see there? There's a sign of grease. There's a sign of grease. Look on the shaft. There's some grease that came after, during the lubrication. The grease pushed out at the back. Then I know this is full. Right, while we are here in the tow hook hitch area, I see on Facebook a lot of discussions about the handbrake and how people is manufacturing homemade brackets to keep this down, because in towns or cities people will walk through the caravan and pull up the handbrake, whatever. I have a camera watching this. Then another interesting one is, do you lubricate or don't you lubricate? Well, I lubricate, but not a lot of grease. Only a little bit of grease on my finger, and I will then smear it inside this ball hook. If you don't do it, I don't think there's any negative to that. The amount of movement and grinding on this casted iron and that ball is so low, you will never wear it down. Here's the bad part. By doing lubrication of that ball, you must know, once you reach your camping site and you unhooked, that new pants that you have bought just before the holiday will be full of grease before your first beer. So take your ball hook cover with, the moment you unhook, cover it. That grease, that's a difficult one. In this door pocket I have copper compound spray. I'll tell you about that, why. And then I have electrical cleaner, contact cleaner. The copper compound spray is for this caravan's suspension. This damn thing is squeaking. Bushes is squeaking. Most probably because of water ingress or whatever the reason might be. So then I use copper compound. I spray the bushes and hoping and trusting that this copper compound will find its way into the bush. It's not. So don't you hope and trust and believe everything is good. And of course the electrical spray, contactor spray. If there's a problem with the connection at front, it could be a little bit of corrosion, it could be a little bit of dust. That's ideal to have it handy, not in your toolbox. It's too much of trouble to get it out of the toolbox. Right, let's look at inside the caravan. Your Conqueror Commander guys, did you knew that the front bed mattresses you can store here and you can travel with it here? You don't have to put it in the back. This is the caravan inside. That's a modified table that will fold down. The other steel table will be here and that will form a double bed. And some of the cushions I will put here, and here I do not travel with anything except two small camping tables. In South Africa we call it TV cables or tables, the small ones, and the two folding chairs. That's the only thing that will be in here. Nothing more. You cannot get to a camping site and it take you an hour, half an hour to unload the caravan inside before you start. Okay, we are lucky, it's only 2 people. But once you have 4 children, 3 children, it's not so easy. I'm done with the caravan. And the reason for that is I've performed the maintenance and the inspections a week ago while I was washing the caravan. I did a complete detail inspection. Do not wait for the last day. Do not wait, or even worse, hope, trust, believe there's nothing wrong. Let me show you something about the locks. There's a total of 13 padlocks on my caravan. You can see there's 1, 2, and the third one. That's just on the side. As you can see here, I bought a packet of 3 locks and it's marked red. Red. This is my wife's nail polish and red. So the key, the corresponding key, is also marked red. And that's the same for the other side. Look here, there's a blue. There's a blue. Don't make it difficult for yourself. Of course you can go and buy 13 padlocks with 1 master key. Do you know the cost? Do you know what is the price? Right, the next step. Let's crawl in under this caravan. In a few minutes, I will get my towing vehicle, connect my towing vehicle, check the lights, make sure, and not tomorrow morning.